Greetings, Star Trek Fleet Commanders. I am the Angry Rhino. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Yeah, maybe a few complaints about this Mirror Rush event, lack of communication, and to a certain extent, I'm not really helping that much because I didn't tell you guys anything. Of course, at the same time, I didn't know anything until I did it myself. It's not that difficult of an event. It really isn't. Well, let me walk you through some of the processes. How you are going to activate this timer so that you can do this event. It's going to be in the gift tabs here. Now you can claim whatever Mirror Rush event start claim button. You can claim that 3 times over this, we got a day and 21 hours left. So let's go ahead and claim it. I don't care that much. It's not going to affect me, assuming. So there you go. Terran Empire Insignia. Okay, cool. As you can see, maybe initially we thought there was a day-long cooldown with this claim. Well, it's not. It's a 3-hour cooldown. So you could do it all in one day if you want to. You didn't have to, claim it Friday, wait your cooldown and claim the next one Saturday, and then, Sunday as well, which is what I initially thought. That is not the case. So you come over here to this event, Mirror Rush. Hey, it's populating. Yeah, for some people, this Mirror Rush SMS hasn't been populating. So you may need to restart your program or application. Restart Star Trek Fleet Command. Yes, 3 hours. You have 3 hours to collect, for me anyway, almost 2,300 points. Go deeper spaces. You can get 42 points, maybe 26 points per hostile. That's not that much, depending on your level and your combat capability. Go to some of the earlier Mirror Universe systems. It's a little cheaper to get there. So for some reason, that means you get less points per hostile, even though they would be bigger hostiles. Okay. However, for me, I was able to kill the 60, so I barely needed to kill 50 of them, which is relatively easy for me. But harder for some people. Sparked a huge discussion where we get Alliance chat or Discord or one of them, and it was, how do you do it? To a certain extent, you do want to balance your combat ability and speed, and maybe loot gain, depending on, where you're at with this Mirrorverse feature, or whatever the dumb shit you want to call it. There are several research, if you call it several, there are a few researches in the research trees. I'm not sure where the hell half of them are. I know, I can't even think of where the hell half of them are. There's is there one in the Outlaw tree? Why do I think there's one in the Outlaw tree? G4 Impulse. Bonus base Impulse B for all G4 ships. What about bigger ships? Okay. Yeah, there are a few of them. They're not really that many. I think not officers. God damn it. Command. One of the biggest ones I think we forgot in our discussions, or maybe, we didn't remember until later, because we're talking about crews. Well, Fleet Commander Kirk. Here, on his top lineup here, if you can max this out, it's a bonus 40. And it should be relatively easy to do that. I guess depending on your level, I haven't not put any money into my command center. Now, it takes a while, regardless of who you are, unless you're just buying all the packs. It does take a while to get up to level 45. And that's when that top line of those fleet commanders is when you can max those out. One of the main things we were talking about was crews. And also maybe ships that have high impulse, because maybe if you can't, kill, let's say, 60s, maybe you want to punch down and go kill some, I don't know, the really small 40s. Whatever. I mean, it's possible, because, you just want to do the event in essentially the cheapest manner possible. I'm not saying that you can do it with the Rialta. I'm not saying you can't. You should do it with the Rialta. I'm saying it is. We're talking about ships with speed on them. The Rialta came up because pretty sure the Rialta is the fastest base speed. Mainly we were talking about officers. So here's the first officer I'm going to tell you about, Claw. And I know I have gone over this at least once. Refresher, since it does seem kind of relevant to this event. Speed can be your friend, especially because not only are you on a 3-hour timer, but you're also on this 20-minute timer once you enter the damn Mirrorverse. Claw, his captain ability increases the impulse speed of your ship. This does say by 35%. That is because he's gaining 5% from Crass and 5% from Kumal. I think his name is. Max synergy here. So at base, it's 25%. Though to a certain extent, he can be useful, because if you look at his officer ability here, Claw increases the critical hit damage of the ship by 20%. Used to be a lot a long time ago. Now it's not really. But at the same time, if you're attacking hostiles, can you get use out of this officer ability? Yes. Not necessarily the case with all of them. Move on to the next crew. This crew I have not tried out myself. But I have used it in general, but I'm saying in the Mirrorverse, because of some of the other abilities other than Impulse, got me kind of thinking. Pan, he is the leader of this section of Pan's crew, Khan's crew, I'm sorry. You see Navi and Rima here. It's kind of the set, especially when you go to the Augment faction store. It's a chest claim there. I never remember what the hell it's called, because I don't go in there anymore. Captain ability. Pan increases impulse speed of the ship by 50%. Again, 15% with each synergy here. So there's that. So he may not be the best captain by himself, if you want to put some sidecars on there to get some, attack power or extra loot. But officer ability at max. At the start of each round, Pan has a 65% chance of applying hull breach to his own ship. Something when it came out, and when we all first started seeing it, I was like, why is that good? That's not good. Don't put a hull breach on yourself. You really don't. But at the same time, you look at Navi and Rima's officer abilities. Navi is at the start of each round, if the ship has hull breach, Navi increases the armor, shield, deflection, and dodge of the ship by 110% for this round. That's only a tier 4. I don't know what it is at max. Probably like 150. Not that that's a whole lot, but again, if your ship has hull breach, technically wouldn't even need Pan for that, because what do the Mirrorverse hostiles do to you? Right? They had hull breach to you, right? Or is that a different hostile that does it? You know what? There have been so many damn new hostiles, I can't keep them all straight. But yeah, it's the Mirrorverse assholes that put hull breach on you, right? Pretty sure. You got Rima. Again, I got all the shards to maximum. I just haven't done it yet because, like, why? To start of each round, if the ship has hull breach, Rima adds 15% to critical hit chances. What is he when you max him out? 20%. Again, these are old officers. These numbers were really good back in the day. They're not that good anymore. But could they be useful to you? Maybe. Of course, I didn't turn the air conditioner down. Oh well. Here's a variation of the crew. I have been using Enterprise Picard. I know it's hard to differentiate all the Picards now because you got the common Picards and then you got 4 epic Picards. You got, Next Generation Picard. Then you got Enterprise E Picard. And then you got Old Ass Man Picard. And now you got Mirrorverse Picard. You got like 5 Picards in this game. Like, why? I don't know why we need so many, Like, get rid of the common one or something. And, get rid of Old Man Picard because... Now, I don't use Una on the side, but I do use the data that goes along with this Picard. But Una is here because officer ability increases your impulse speed by 20. Not 20%, 20. Just 20. Can be good because at the same time, say I got Kuron over here on the side, and at max, after destroying a ship, Kuron increases the impulse speed by 50% until his ship's next battle or its return to the station. Guess they had to say that till a ship is in the next battle because they didn't want you to think you could stack it, or they didn't want it to stack because they're assholes. Pretty cool if you could stack. Wow, thinking about that. Huh. Fast as shit. Because Una's adding a straight 20. If you have 100 impulse speed, you throw Una on there, you now have 120. Kuron will increase your impulse speed by 60. Following me there. But yes, like if you're going to use Kuron, go kill a ship first and then enter the Mirrorverse. Yes, I do that. I go kill a ship and then I send to the Mirrorverse entry systems. Wolf or... I don't remember what the hell all the systems are called. The entry systems. I sent down, I sent there. And here you go. Here is another one that I think it took me a little bit to figure out which one I liked better. Like, say, do I like Riker Data 5 or do I like Picard Data Kuron? I think to a certain extent it comes down to the officer abilities. Whose officer ability do you like best? Do you like Riker's officer ability or do you like Picard's officer ability? My Riker is only tier 2, so he's only adding 4% critical hit chance every time I hit. And at the same time, what is Picard's? Picard is tier 3 because of some event they just ran. Whatever it was. Increase isolated cascade by 7% for 3 rounds each time you hit. To me, that's a little better. That's why I kind of went with Enterprise Picard, Enterprise Data, and then Kuron. I don't necessarily need more critical hits because, you got Hugh. Alright, and one more to talk about, and you know what? I didn't even add Georgiou and Tyler in here. Yeah, let's do that with these guys. Alright. You can see Georgiou and Tyler are adding 10 what? 10 impulse speed. Michael Burnham increases the impulse speed of the ship by 35%. Now that's their captain ability. Officer ability, and yes, this is at max. When fighting players, each weapon attack that hits the opponent, Michael Burnham removes 450% of the total attack of all your officers from your opponent's shield. So shield stripping based on officer attack. Kind of like reverse Spock, you know? Who's the other asshole that does that? Something similar. It's like Demon or somebody does something very similar. And at the same time, why I suggest maybe Georgiou, because yes, you all know her. Officer ability, increase the burning. Well, what is Ash Tyler's? At the start of each round, if the opponent is burning, Ash Tyler increases the damage of the ship by 100% of the total attack of all officers. Total attack of all officers. Sounds familiar, right? It's Burnham. So you wouldn't have to attack multiple stats. Stack multiple stats. You could just stick with stacking attack. You get shield stripping and you get increased damage. And notice it doesn't say hostiles or armadas or PvP. It just doesn't. I think I've gone over this crew, didn't I? This crew was doing something with Rialtas or something, and this is the crew I was using so I could kill some Rialtas, because everybody was going straight for speed, not thinking with the Rialta. That's right, the Rialta has a skin that increases its impulse speed, doesn't it? I think the Discovery crew, I think, is a very underrated crew. They do some really nice things. Stamets and Culver get you your jump juice efficiency on the Discovery. There is some fairly good PvP with this. I mean, especially Saru's captain ability. Very useful in certain instances of PvP. Then you come to a crew like this with Burnham doing some shield stripping. Now, does it work against armadas? I don't think it works against armadas. But Ash Tyler and Georgiou work against armadas. So let's say you still haven't figured out how to kill those 45 exchange armadas. Yeah, we've gone over this a few times, but not everybody has, gotten with the program. Because I still see people not running Georgiou and Ash Tyler for some reason. However you like. Alright, I think that is going to do it. It's a relatively straightforward event. Yes, you can be aided by some impulse speed. But you know what, at the same time, it's very realistic to think that you should be able to kill 50 to 80 hostiles in those 17 minutes that you get while you're in there. Maybe add an impulse officer or two to your bridge. Combine them with the combat crew. Would be really nice. And I'm kind of shocked they haven't done this yet, because they've already doubled up on increased cargo size and critical damage. Can we get an impulse speed officer for below deck? That'd be pretty cool. Seems like one of the only abilities that's really missing. It's okay. Take your time. Comment below. How are you feeling about this Mirror Rush event? I think initially, a lot of us weren't really liking the communication. Because it's like, here comes this claim. What are you doing here? What do you do? No idea. Claim the thing, you start your timer. That's key right there. You claim that thing, you start that 3-hour timer. Now, you should have plenty of time. Do you have plenty of rift keys? That's another thing. Anybody running out of rift keys yet? I'm really not, which is odd. Of course, I'm not running out of the common rift keys. Am I running out of the uncommon rift keys? Yeah, I'm running out of the uncommon rift keys. Very disappointing. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I am the Angry Rhino. Shields up, Commanders.